Hi, today we're going to talk about Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom's taxonomy is the classification of the 6 different levels of the cognitive domains. Bloom's taxonomy can be a lot like baking. The first level of Bloom's taxonomy is knowledge. Knowledge is recalling or recognizing information as learned. In relations to baking, this would be identifying ingredients within a recipe.
So the ingredients within the recipe would be the cake mix, 2 tablespoons of water, 1.5 cup of vegetable oil, and 2 eggs. Next level of Bloom's is comprehension, and comprehension is demonstrating the understanding of the material learned. So with baking, it would be being able to explain the steps of the recipe.
So this would be if someone was telling another person about a recipe and they were saying, you do this, and then you mix this together, and so on and so forth. The next level of Bloom's taxonomy is application. This is when data from the comprehension and knowledge have been selected and are used to complete a problem or task with minimum direction. In relation to baking, this would be being able to implement a recipe.
By being able to implement the recipe, you'd be getting the ingredients together, measuring them, mixing them up, putting them in the baking dish for completion. So the next level is analysis, which is being able to understand the underlying reasoning and structures of what has been learned. So with baking, it's when people modify other people's recipes to their liking.
So in our example, we made brownies, and for some people, they'll use oil, which is in the regular recipe, but for other people, they will switch it out for applesauce because it creates a final product that is healthier. This would be an example of a modification of a recipe. The next level of Bloom's taxonomy is synthesis. So synthesis is when you use your own original ideas and plans to develop the relationships between what you've learned and what you may already know, and etc. And with baking, this would be when people compare their recipes of a certain dish or whatever to another person's.
So with baking, it also is when people try new recipes and comparing it to your own recipe and what they did or did not like of the dish. Which is why we have milk chocolate and dark chocolate, because we're going to compare the two.
Evaluation is the last step for Bloom's, and it's when you take your experiences as well as your knowledge and use it for a base to critique others. So with baking, it's when we develop our own opinion about other people's baking.
So with our example of brownies, I made dark chocolate brownies and Taylor made milk chocolate brownies. And we both agreed that we like the dark chocolate brownies better. But
that's not true. I've always made dark chocolate brownies for her. So this is the first time I've ever baked regular chocolate brownies. Milk chocolate, that's what it's called. Milk chocolate. So I'm under the bus you go.
But it was the level of evaluation is when you would judge, you would form opinions of other people's baking. That's what we did.
Which is why we're going to bring brownies tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, we brought brownies.
Bye!